Hi, and welcome to this Labor Day edition of
The Things We've Learned.
Our topic for today is actually a spin-off, like we promised. It got interrupted last time because of the tornado, but two times ago for our avid listeners,
Spin-off, tornado. Thank you, camera lady.
for our the people that are really following closely, we promised you 2 episodes ago that we were going to do a spin-off on our fathers-in-law. There's a bee.
Because I think
There's a bee bothering the camera crew.
We were talking about our father-in-laws during the Olympic episode 2 episodes
We
ago.
were.
And I think we were talking about how your dad, a very sentimental man,
Yes.
Dutchman from the Netherlands, who no matter what national anthem was playing, it would provoke him to cry.
Well, he didn't cry like for the Russian one.
No, not
Or
particular-
Finland.
Or Germany.
No.
Yeah.
He cried for the United States and the Dutch.
But then I think we added how my dad would often watch my father-in-law, cry sentimentally.
We
It's a
never
beautiful
saw
thing.
your dad cry. Yes.
It's a beautiful thing.
For
So
as much
today
as we didn't see your dad cry, we did see my dad cry.
we admire him for that. We wish
Both,
we could
yeah.
have as big a heart as
We admired both.
old George had. But getting to this week's
That's not
spin-off
to say your
edition,
dad didn't have a heart.
Oh,
He
yeah,
just
big
didn't cry.
one.
Yeah.
It isn't. They're not an equivalent thing. They're just two different men.
Dug yourself
But-
into a hole here.
If we can move into today's spin-off edition of Father, we each have a story to share with you, our faithful listener. Let's start with Ingrid and one of her fond stories of my father,
Oh my
Ronald
gosh,
Ernest Fourniers.
there's so many, and he just had a birthday this
We have
past
3
week,
minutes.
and we celebrated his
That's right.
birthday with euchre
1 minute.
and wiffle ball. And I would say the one was just thank heavens I had a summer job where I learned to play euchre when I was at grad school, because had I not, it would have really affected, I think, the relationship, because I came into the Fournier family knowing how to play this game of euchre. Pennsylvanians, you're just going to have to look it up. But he would get really frustrated with me because I had a habit of chatting during the game and not knowing what Trump was. And he made a
is
rule when I played. I'm sure it was when anybody played, but I was not allowed to ask what Trump was. And it would just get under his crawl, and it was fun.
Nothing got under my father-in-law's crawl. He was a very easygoing fella, and I always liked working with him because he worked very much unlike Fourniers. In fact, just today I was doing something and got real impatient quickly. Didn't I, camera woman?
Hanging up a cabinet.
I'm getting much better though. But anyways, with George, it was more work was play and play was work. And I'll never forget the time I was painting his back porch, his patio, and regaling me with stories in that great accent and asking me about my life and such. And all of a sudden it got really quiet. And I put down my brush and I looked around, and my father-in-law, who had a heart condition, was missing in the 90-degree humid heat. I thought I better search for him because we have a problem. And sure enough, I ran around the house and finally peeked in the house. No one's in there. And I looked in the garage, and there he is on a lounge chair. No, in fact, he was peeking out the window of the garage. The lounge chair was a different story. And he was looking towards the back of his property. He says, "Dad, what's going on?" And he says, "Well, I was shagging some golf balls, and I guess he hit one too far, and it hit the roof of the police station on the other side of his property, and he went and hid, leaving me vulnerable to law enforcement and the
Duck and
consequences."
cover, man. Duck
Yeah.
and cover.
He had
Yeah.
my back.
He did not have your back. Yeah.
We're going on 4 minutes.
All
I
right,
think
so
we've
we
run
have
over.
learned cherish the important people in your lives while they're around.
And be patient.
And be patient, and it's okay to cry, and it's okay not to cry.
And always know what Trump is. And then
Now
we
all
all
know.
know.
Happy Labor Day weekend.